Are we taping?
Yeah, I know it's after 1 a.m, but
We're
you
still talking about
start
this stuff.
going off on this immigration stuff, and um, yeah, you got too much information here.
Might as well record it, huh?
Yeah,
So, welcome to
our bedroom.
our bedroom talks. You're coming into the middle of a conversation. Say hi, Kitty. We're talking about the Reagan immigration bill. I kind of forgot how long ago that was. It was 1986. So that makes it 30 years ago.
That's when our first daughter was born.
Right. So realize a lot of people voting now weren't even born or have no memory of this. So they don't. It's kind of nice being older. You've been through a few cycles of things and you know how it works.
Been through a few decades.
So during the Reagan administration, they put together a bipartisan commission to look at immigration reform, and it was made up of both Democrats and Republican, and co-sponsored by one Democrat, one Republican, and they tried to have a comprehensive bill that would deal with all kinds of things. So part of it was securing the border. Part of it was going after not just immigrants that came in unauthorized and deporting them, but going out after the people that are hiring them. So the bill had a lot of, for the first time, it was a requirement for businesses to verify that the people working for them have the right to be here and work, and they could be fined if they didn't do it. And then the third part was amnesty.
Oh, I remember amnesty.
Yeah. So they were going to give people that had been here for 4 years, I think it was, from 82, if they could show that they had been here and they had been good,
good citizens.
Well, not citizens, but people of good character and such, and
had good citizenship.
Not citizens.
Okay.
But they showed they hadn't gotten in trouble and behaved themselves, and the kind of person that we might want to give a permanent status to. So that's what they did, but largely it didn't work. Some of it worked, but a lot of it didn't, for various reasons. Of course, they didn't have a wall across the border. They had pieces of a fence. Right. And they were going to bring in more people to patrol it and such, but they didn't provide the money over the years, and so it wasn't properly done. There was a lot of argument saying we shouldn't have amnesty unless you can secure the border, because if you reward people for coming here unauthorized and give them the same benefits of people that went through all the trouble of coming through proper channels, all you're going to do is encourage more people to come. And sure enough, evidently that's what happened, because there were estimated about 5 million illegal aliens here. About 3,000 of them went through the amnesty program, or 3 million of them went through the amnesty program. About 2 million didn't. I don't know. It was assumed they would just go home, but they didn't. Maybe they didn't qualify. They hadn't been here long enough, or they weren't of good character, or who knows why. And they had watered down one of the interesting things is they watered down the thing for the employers. And what's really interesting is it comes from both sides. See, you're required to present documentation that shows that you can be here working legally.
Right.
Well, the employers didn't want to be responsible. They're worried about being fined for this. What if somebody created a false document or whatever? As an employer, I'm going to be fined, right? So they wanted it to be watered down. So it was as long as the documents appear to be, reasonably good. I forget the words, but there's something like that. Then that's good enough. But also the ones that were concerned about Hispanics in general not being hired because they were suspected of being here illegally. They didn't want, they present their papers and say, well, those are fake, and they're being challenged and such, and there's prejudice or discrimination in hiring because of their race. So interesting enough, both sides were saying that wasn't good, so they watered it down. Well, what ended up happening is, well, good. Bring me false documents. I don't care. As long as I can stick something in the folder and say it's good, I can continue to employ people that are here illegally. And that really was what happened. And very little was done. Or they would hire them through an agency, so they didn't take the liability for it. The agency did. So that's so fast forward. The arguments were saying, without enforcing the border and such, 10 years from now, we're going to be back in the same boat, and they're going to be back asking for amnesty for a whole new group of people that have come over illegally. And it didn't happen in 10 years, but 30 years now, guess what? We don't have 5 million. We have 11 million. And there's those that are arguing, well, in fact, Obama created his own little amnesty program, which he wasn't authorized to do. The DREAM Act and
Dreaming.
Yeah, DREAM Act. If you were brought here as a child, and you've been in school and you're doing good in school and such, we're going to give you a path to legal residency and citizenship. So we're going way over time, and there's so much more. I got to come back to this.
Oh man, looks like
because we have to compare that. We have to compare that to what's happening now, because things have changed. Technology has changed. Our ability to enforce things has changed. Lots of things have changed that make its chances of success better now than before, but there's still problems.
Okay, thoughts.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.